Good morning, humanity, and a happy, hopeful, fruitful new year 2024. And we're starting it off great because we are with Paul and Bev. Hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Oh, hello everyone. Happy New Year. This is Bev.
Yes, Happy New Year, hopeful New Year, every kind of New Year you can have, even in the midst of a world that seems to be spinning on its axis. Round and round and round we go. Man, good thing for gravity, man. We'd all be spinning off the planet. So,
Right,
but
right.
we're going to talk a little bit about what 2024 has in store for us here, and we're going to start it with a great question that
Yeah.
came to me after this person listened to one of our audios here, videos, went on our website, and the question came back: what do you guys actually do?
Boy,
Let's see.
where have we gone wrong?
After 35 years, if I can't get
Right.
that message across, there is something wrong with me. so,
What is going on?
so, first thing is, what you guys do. There's also gals here. So what do you
Yeah,
guys and gals or guys and dolls or whatever we want to
right.
say here, you know? And what we actually do, well, that's a good question because I'm not even sure what the word actual means.
I know.
so,
Kidding.
but we're
Yeah.
going to start from scratch because we want all of you to know what we do so that you can use it here in 2024. So, you know, Bev,
So
you
that
take
you
it
can
away.
do it too.
Right, what is it that we can do? What's the doing here? What do we do?
Right. It's interesting, isn't it? Because we say, well, it's not something we do, it's just we touch. But, here we are. What do we do in this foundation?
uh,
Biotouch.
so you're the president of the board. Tell us.
Oh man, that's a journey in itself, isn't it? Well, I would remind everyone if when we're as a president of the board that this foundation has taken upon itself to be responsible to actually teach the biotouch technique. This is the foundation of everything that we do. That we have realized, the board and of course Paul many years ago realized that it was our responsibility, his responsibility, to get this into everybody's. When I say everybody, that's a little daunting, but the thing is, BioTouch is for everybody and accessible to everybody. So that's why we say that. But this foundation is here to teach this technique in myriads of ways. We've just really done so much on that level to get this out there.
All right.
So I would say that that is the beginning of everything. People can learn it and begin to practice it and be effective. That's our message. That's what we're doing here.
And the doing again of just touch.
Yeah.
Again, simple. We use the index and the middle finger of your hands to lightly touch on the skin specific points to address any condition that your body can hold. And we address the physical level. We
Right.
don't mess with your emotional, spiritual level, but of course, as we address the physical manifestations, all of our story, all of our being
All the other
follows.
parts of ourself.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that goes into the whole thing because it's just of love. All the cells start to follow, and all kinds of things can change. I was given a book. Yeah, oh, it's about that thick from my grandson. It's like the history
Oh,
of DNA, the genetics and where it came, going all the way back to
how
Plato
appropriate
and
for him.
Socrates. Right, right. So, because I'm always talking to him about how you can change the DNA, it doesn't have to
Yes.
necessarily. So, BioTouch works at all those levels,
Yep.
and BioTouch is a sense here's what we do. Let's read our vision statement again. Our mission is to teach BioTouch, as Bev was just saying, as a unique, natural approach to alleviate pain and stress and support good health through all stages of life. That's important. It's a
It
support
is.
system.
Yep.
We're not slapping people on the forehead and all of a sudden they jump up and go, "Oh, I'm healed."
Right.
It's a support system. Everybody's different. We don't recommend, we don't diagnose, we don't tell you you should drink water, not drink water, that you should stop meat, eat meat. You will find your own system that works for you.
Yep.
And then our vision to encourage all people to take responsibility for their own health care, empower them to assist others, and create a community of people worldwide dedicated to service, self awareness, and recognizing the equality of all humanity, thus forming a chain which shall go on indefinitely. Powerful.
I never get tired of hearing that. There's just nothing but goodness and goodwill and truth in that whole vision statement. It's
Yes.
what we're all in our hearts really wanting to happen. And we're already holding it. We're already there.
And so if you're still not sure what we do, I'll tell you, go to the website, and
Yes.
really punch all kinds of things. I mean, there's a whole
Yeah.
section on testimonials. There's a whole section of past interviews I've done on radio, on TV, on
Oh, yeah.
newspaper articles,
Presentations.
presentations. There's personal testimonials. There's a whole section of the history. There's a whole section of 5 or 6 years of Mondays with Bev and Paul. There are, it just goes on and on. You could
On
spend
and on.
hours just, listening to what's been happening in the past 35 years on that website. And then, if you want, download the first 10 pages to learn how to do the greeting, which is basically, if you can do that, you've started a healing process.
Oh, and let's not forget our monthly workshops on our conditions.
Yes, we just had
Yeah.
PTSD last Thursday. Wonderful speaker. If you haven't seen it yet, go to
Yes.
justtouch.com/PTSD. And up on top, there's all these health conditions you can download. Open it up, read about them. If there's a video on it, it's right there, which shows you even the biotouch points to do for that condition.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, that's our hope. And that hope fits right along with, sharing it through our book, BioTouch Healing with the Power in Our Fingertips by our dearly beloved Deborah Schildhouse. And of
Yep.
course, we always love to read Gary Schwartz's wish for everyone. It says, as you explore Deborah's gracious and grateful book, my wish is that you become filled, as I did, with the wonder and promise that BioTouch offers all of us, our loved ones, the greater humanity, and nature as a whole.
Oh, that is just perfect.
So, what can we do in 2024 here? You know, we always talk about resolutions. Somebody was asked, I just saw it on TikTok, what's your resolution?
Right.
Oh, teacher? He says, I don't make resolutions.
Right.
He says, because uh, I am resolved within myself.
Wow.
And so, can we do that? Can we make a resolution? Can we resolve within ourselves, make a commitment in ourselves to take care of ourselves?
Yeah.
That's, we see this chaos around the world, wars and famines, and I mean, it's in our face. There ain't no
Yes.
way unless you just hide in a
Yes,
hole.
Adam.
I mean, people even tell me, oh, I don't watch the news. But then they know all these little tidbits, right?
Right.
So
Somewhere you're getting
you're
info.
getting it, and so I'd just as soon know a little more detail than just hearsay stuff. And
Right.
it's painful, and I go within myself, what can I do? There's
Right.
tears in my eyes, and I go, how can I help?
Right. Absolutely. As we were talking before the show, one of the greatest contributions that BioTouch is making and will be making more and more as we all go through this. Couple of things, reminding us, as it says in our vision statement, that we are a circle. We are connected, always have been. And as we move forward, hopefully more and more out of this ancient way of believing that we are somehow not connected to each other. Separateness is part of our challenge. We have to start coming into a sense of us. We are in this together. We are not separated from anything. I don't care if you watch the news, don't watch the news, if you live in Timbuktu or Chinatown, it doesn't matter. We're all the same. We're all here to serve each other and the planet, as Gary so wonderfully mentions. And we're here to do it together. This is, for me, moving forward, a thought I am going to hold. I've resolved within myself that this is what we are going to hold as a foundation for the world. It is a us.
Yes.
Let all of us really come into that knowing.
And that commitment for the us is what each of us can do when I make a commitment within myself. And so
Yes,
we're asking everyone to find that commitment within themselves, whatever little thing that is. And how can I reach out and share BioTouch? And maybe put in the comment, how could you personally share BioTouch? That might be just by yourself because you have nobody around. I just had this wonderful elder woman, who got our manual and got really excited about it. And she said, "Well, can you work on yourself?" And so I told her, this is really about relationship.
yeah,
But the best thing is if you are working on yourself because you have no one, is to think of someone. And so if thoughts are things, just thinking about someone doing the points on me or me doing the points on them
right.
creates a relationship within myself. That's a commitment I can make, even without
Yep.
what she said after that was really cute. She goes, "Well, I guess I'm just going to have to go talk to some of my friends or neighbors and get myself a BioTouch buddy."
I love it. A BioTouch buddy.
Yeah, I told her, I said, "Well, we're going to use that one." So,
Yep.
and so that's, and that commitment is within ourselves.
Yep.
If I can change something within myself, if I can make a commitment to some hope, some peace within myself, and BioTouch gives me a way to express that love for humanity. It really is about a love for
It
my
is.
neighbor.
Yes. 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 Oh, I mean, BioTouch offers us, oh, so much hope and a way to put into action what is in our hearts. It's an outward expression of an inner truth that we are love. This is the power that is ultimately going to be known, that why BioTouch is here. It is just a bridge. It's a bridging now to bring us back into what we've always been together.
Yes.
And I'm so excited and so honored to be a part of a foundation that is a heart. It's a heart in the world, and it's amazing to be. So I would like to invite so many of you to join us in this revolution of love that is happening.
And that revolution, again, was even told to us by an ex CIA agent right in the beginning. He went around that room, he looked at all of us gathering, with Norman, myself. There were dozens of people at that time, taking one of our first classes. And this
Okay.
old timer said, "I've seen a lot of revolutions in the world in my time, but never have I seen one as powerful as what's happening here in this room." He said, "Because this is based on love."
Wow. That's so
I'll never
profound.
forget it. And then
Of course not.
years later, Gary writes it also, in his foreword. He goes, "The kind of love that BioTouch fosters is a high level of love, including empathy, compassion, caring, kindness, gentleness, protection, safety, warmth, gratitude, appreciation, and respect." That's
Wow.
the kind of love we're talking about.
That's the kind of love that we all deserve.
Yes, we deserve. And now it's time to let ourselves be loved.
Yes.
I also heard this morning that in the next, couple of decades, if that long, over half the people in the world will be lonely. They'll have a mental condition of loneliness, of which the
Yeah.
same speaker was saying already in America, statistics show half of us are lonely,
Yeah.
especially since the pandemic. BioTouch can help us break that loneliness.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
bringing touch, the reputation of touch, back into humanity.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we do. That's what we actually do.
That's what we actually do. That's what we're here doing. Yes.
Yes. I
Yep.
mean, the fact that bodies get better, that's sort of the icing on the cake. I mean,
Right. Right. But it has to start somewhere.
right,
We
right.
all have a body.
So again,
We all relate to that. So yeah.
yes. And that's why that is what we do. We address the body because that, as the Dalai Lama said, is the one thing. No, who what was it? The Dalai Lama? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Yep.
said, if you want to understand the oneness of humanity, look at bodies.
Yep.
Powerful. That's a powerful statement because once you
Powerful
leave that
statement.
and you get into the mind and all of our cockamamie ideologies and philosophies and politics, there we war. We have wars over that.
That's it. And
But
there's nothing of that in BioTouch when you practice it.
nothing. You
Breaks down all those barriers because there's nothing is needed except that.
except those two fingers. Right.
Yeah.
Nothing is needed except one human being touching another. That, folks, is powerful. If there,
That's what we do.
yes. If there's any doing that you need to do in
Right.
this so-called do of doing world,
I know.
then
Just reach out
do this.
and
Yeah, reach out and
love
touch somebody.
somebody. Yeah.
Reach out and love some. Isn't that a song
Yeah.
too? So
Yep.
again, go to our website. We have classes. We have a workshop coming up here in a couple of weeks. We already have, I think, half a dozen people signed up for it. And
Wonderful.
then from all over the world can come together. Virtual training has really, I
Oh,
don't care what people say about it. This virtual training, these Zooms, are the social media. I was thinking of that this morning. I put my thoughts on there and I'm communicating with friends that I would never go see again. They live too far
right.
away around the
Right.
world. But
Yep.
I feel with them, and
Yes.
something, and I'm typing with my fingers. So maybe I'm going to start thinking as I type on my Facebook posts or my Twitter posts, I'm going to think, oh, I'm touching them. I'm doing
Yeah.
BioTouch on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I commit to myself. I'm going
There
to
you
use
go.
my
I love it.
my time on
Yeah.
Facebook to reach out and touch someone doing
Yes.
BioTouch. Let us know what your commitment is to yourself to share a little bit of love with humanity.
Yeah.
So we'll all bring healing to the planet, yeah? Isn't it time?
Absolutely.
So again, our workshops on when is that? The 16th, if you still want to take that. There's a live one if you're here in Tucson next month. Go to our website, you can find out when that is. Otherwise, if you have any questions, we what I also like about this organization is we communicate with you. You send us an email, we're going to get back to you
We're
within
going to get back to you.
24 hours. We're going
Absolutely.
to answer your personal questions. We're going to help you feel confident that BioTouch is for you and you and you and
And
you and you.
yeah, right.
We are watching.
We are watching.
Anything else you'd like to share before we get off here, Bev?
Boy, I think we just about summed it up. I mean, it's all about the love. It's all about the caring
Yeah.
and about helping each other and coming together and doing all of this as a group. No more separateness. We've got to stop that. BioTouch is here now to bring us into that. Well, it's like a remembering, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when we touch that body, the body remembers. And
Uh,
all those other little parts of ourselves begin to respond. And when we say it encourages self-awareness, that's what starts to happen. That's a powerful gift there.
all right, Mom. Thanks. Thanks for pushing us.
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Have a good new year. Prosperous. Really, again, make that
Healthy.
commitment. Make that commitment within yourself.
Yep.
We love you all. Take care. We'll
Yep.
see you all next week. See you, Bev.
See you, Paul.
Bye.
Happy New Year, everyone.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand. A healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action.